Hello.
Thanks for joining me. We're going to use the Ballard High School Libraries collection and the Follett Titlewave software to create a diversity analysis of your collection. I really appreciate you taking the time to walk through this with me. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is share your screen and open up Destiny. Yep, we're logged in with your RES, or sorry, you're not your RES, your librarian's account, your BAL. One of the things that we need to do first in order to get an accurate analysis through Follett of our collection and its diversity is to ensure that we have uploaded the most recent MARC records so that it can do an analysis of the entire collection.
And then I'm going to go back so that I can go back office.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to log in.
Yes.
I'm in.
Yay. So like I said, the first thing we want to make sure is that in order to do the analysis, we've uploaded your current collection as it exists. So if you look on the left-hand side, in the left-hand menu, there's a Titlewave option. Go ahead and click on Titlewave. And you're going to click the Submit button. This is going to start a report that's going to make a file that is then sent directly to Follett's Titlewave, their web-based portion. And you can see that it's pending, which is fine. If you click refresh, you'll see it's going to start to count up the total number of records written. And I'm guessing that the Ballard High School collection is 20,000-ish. Do you think? How many?
No idea.
Okay, we'll find out. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. That'll be fun to find out. So what we're going to do while we wait for that to happen, if you have, my collection was about 20,000. It took about 7 or 8 minutes for the full records to be written, is we're going to go into another tab, and I want you to log into titlewave.com with your Ballard High School account, your Follett account. Awesome. Now, one thing you'll see here is there's this new green box. It says new, start using diversity in Titlewave. And what we're going to do while we wait for those records to be uploaded is we're going to set up your diversity profile. So go ahead and click on Let's set up your custom diversity profile. Awesome. And, you can take your time and read through all of this. For our initial diversity analysis, what we're going to do is we want to see all of it. So we're going to go through the process of selecting every option possible within this analysis. So go ahead and click on first up, People, Culture, and Customs. And then there's a blue Enable All Topics in this area. Perfect. And then you're just going to go browse to the bottom and click Next. Next up, Diversity in America.
Enable all topics.
Yep. And we're going to go through this. I can't remember how many. There's a few of them, but you want to enable all topics. You could at a later date, if you wanted to look at just something specific in relation to the overall collection, you can always go back and edit this diversity analysis in order to manipulate it in a way if you're looking for specific information at any time. So these are the last ones. So you're going to save and review your profile, and it just lets you see that you've now selected everything that's there. And then you're going to click Done. And then let's go ahead and go back to your job manager, and let's see where we are with regard to your records. And if you go ahead and refresh that. Okay, we are getting there, which is awesome. So let's go ahead and go back to Titlewave. We'll come back to your report in just a minute. And if you click on your account, the little drop-down menu for your account, you'll see that where you will be going in just a moment is to Title-wise analyses. And when you click on that, we'll be able to see, yep, go ahead. We'll be able to see what your most recent analysis was. So last analysis done the 12th of May, 2018. I think that's, I don't know, quite frankly, how often folks do these. You know, I think it's pretty healthy to do them at least once a year. An additional advantage to running a title-wise collection analysis is that if you're placing orders through Follett, then it's going to most accurately reflect what you already own. You know, when you create lists, it will give you already own this item, or you may own something similar to this. And so doing a frequent collection analysis helps kind of maintain the accuracy of the records, especially if you're using Follett for orders. Let's go ahead and go back to Job Manager and see where we are.
Looks like it's completed.
Yay! So now let's click on our Titlewave option again, because you don't need to go in and view this. So just go back. Nope, sorry, on the top, you're going to go back to your already logged in Titlewave.
The tab I opened up here.
And then go ahead and refresh that. Let's see if it shows up like it should. Yay, I see the 2nd of October, 2020. So now here's the thing that's new, and here's why we set up our diversity profile. Under options, you have the option to view. On that same line, go ahead and click view. I will say, just looking at your last two analyses, I can tell that Ballard High School's been doing some weeding. Nicely done. Because I know you've added tons of new books in the last 2 years, and your collection's a tiny bit smaller than last time you did the analysis, which is awesome. Great job. So this analysis at the top is standard. These are things that we normally see. Go ahead and keep going down. It will break down your collection in average age and fiction, nonfiction by Dewey Decimal. And if we keep going down just a little bit further, we will get to the diversity index. And so if you look here, it says that you have, out of your 17,000 titles, 7,800 of them are in support of an environment that values and promotes diversity, equity, and inclusion based upon the MARC records that are submitted. And it tells you 45% of your collection is indeed part of this diversity index, and that the average age is 2008. So right below that number, 7,802, there's a little link that says Explore Diverse Titles by Topic. Go ahead and click on that. So now this is where like the real meat of the analysis can take you. And so you can start to look at these, the breakdown of these topics. When we went through and selected all options in that diversity index, these are all the topics that show up. So you could pause for just a second and you could look at, for example, the LGBTQIA+ line, and it says your average age is 214. It tells you how much nonfiction and fiction you have. It also tells you the total number of titles. And if you click on that 513, that total number of items, under the LGBTQIA. This is where you can get a list of everything in your collection that falls under that diversity index. And you can look at it. This is currently the only place where you can download an Excel spreadsheet or download part of this report all the way into the particular topic. But if you go ahead and click back on return to your diversity, equity, inclusion for Ballard High School, and you might have to click on it one more time to get just back to the beginning, and then go down just a little. Right below the diversity index, there's also a social and emotional learning index. And I know that all of our libraries are thinking about and working towards ensuring that we have books that support this work in our schools as well for our students and our teachers. And so you can see that the social and emotional index is there as well. So we have lots of information that's available. One of the reasons that we really want to make sure that librarians are doing this, one, uploading your most current collection analysis to Titlewave, and 2, submitting that diversity profile and index to see where the collection is the work that the Library Materials Subcommittee is doing right now with SEA and Seattle Public Schools. This is information that we're hoping to take back to show that committee at some point in time in order to make a greater case for the need for continued library funding